Get it, man. What's going on, y'all? What's up, man? What's up? So, watching Dame Dash right now talk about 50, but everything has been about about Diddy, y'all, man. So in light, man, we're gonna talk about that. Right? But again, welcome to Safe to Say, episode 9, one shy away from my last solo podcast. Before I dibble and dabble on anything new, we're gonna go from there. But yeah, this has been something that I've been thinking about. Not even thinking about because it's just been all over my Instagram, all over news, things like that. So let's get into it, right? Yeah. So I just find it a little strange, man. Let's talk about this. How are we covering up? How are we covering up? This is tough. That's what I'm trying to say. This is a complicated one. Because with the whole Diddy situation, right? My issue with this particular guy is, and what I want to explain in this episode, is pretty much how people are making excuses for why it might be okay for whatever reason. And I think that's the episode. The episode title today is why are we making excuses, right? Or possibly why defend something you don't know? That's possible, right? But I just want to get into it. So my real opinion on it is very disturbing. Honestly, this is very disturbing to think that there was a bunch of A-list celebrities, people that everybody loves and cares about, or to another degree wants to be with and things like that. It's very disturbing to believe that most of these people were having sex with each other in a room with multiple people. Like, I just heard them talk about Chris Brown, Rihanna, Drake, French Montana, who else was it? Somebody else, all in the same room or something like that. That's a little weird, right? Not even that it's so weird because it just happens, it's orgies and stuff like that. But you would have thought Rihanna would have had some more class. Oh, it was Nicki Minaj. Yeah, so you would have thought that Rihanna would have had some more class, or you would have thought Nicki Minaj would have had more class. And the unfortunate thing about this, and the reason why we're having this episode, is because we protect certain people from certain negative things. Because I think a lot of people put themselves in their shoes and they think, hey, if this was me, I'm only doing it for this particular reason. So let me elaborate. So there was a girl that called in Hot 97, and she was like, oh, well, it's basically like my boo telling me to come out to Jersey, and then I drive out to Jersey because it's cross state lines, and then we do our thing or whatever, and then he sends me some bread later. Would that be considered sex trafficking? So Ebro was like, no, it's not the same, obviously, because that's your man. It's not like, hey, Young Miami, I got a guy for you. He's down over here in LA. I'm sending you on a plane tonight, or private, whatever. Go over there and do your thing. You already know, show him a good time. And then when you come back, I got, that's part of your $250K anyways. I'm paying you $250K every month, and you just gotta, pull up whenever I need you to. And then it makes sense, because then what Diddy does is he's probably charging these guys, these old white men or whatever that would love a superstar or model or a porn star to pull up, right? But they want it discreet. They don't want to just go and start asking to hit a Diddy, and they're like, yo, Diddy, send me something good today. You feel me? Send me something new. He's like, oh, I got you. And then he calls the other girl, Daphne. Oh, listen, go. You doing this one this time. because he got all of them on payroll. So it's kind of crazy, right? And the crazy thing about it, like I said, people are defending it because for that girl to call in and say, oh, that's like me doing that, just basically mind your business. It's not okay. It's not okay. You know what I mean? The way to make money in this world is not anything to make money. It's to do it with integrity, to, you know, have an actual job, work hours, pay your taxes, and go from there. Not get $250K from Diddy because he makes $1 million a month, and you going and having sex with people just because he tells you to. That's not a job, and that's what's the problem. And if anybody's in that situation, unfortunately, you shouldn't be in that situation because I don't know. I mean, if you don't feel degraded, if you don't feel disrespected and abused, taken advantage of, then that's honestly on you. I can't make you think otherwise, think better of yourself, you know. Honestly, like, I see, like, let's say like articles or something about prostitution, or like I'll see a news clip about East New York, Pennsylvania Ave, you know, having the prostitutes out there, and I'm like, damn, like, where do these girls, you know, mess up, bro? Like, the fact that they went to school, they had a life, you know, I mean, they had kids, whatever, and then they're like, I'm so broke. Let me go and sell my body. Let me get my ass rammed. Let me get my chest pulled and grabbed, and, you know, let me get all this stuff, and just for $1, just so I can feed my kids. That sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. And I know, and unfortunately, I know that at some point or whatever, these girls had to do it, so that's why they did it. But damn, if you allowed yourself to get that bad, you know, the problem is you know, at that point. But back to the whole Diddy situation, it's just like people are defending him, you know what I mean, trying to make light of it. Or like how come Usher hasn't talking? How come Justin Bieber? How come Ashton Kutcher? How come, you know, there's a bunch of people, you know, Kim, you know, Stevie J, you know what I mean? There's all these people that were talking before that they're not talking now. Why y'all quiet? Why they quiet? And they quiet because they know he's wrong and they was a part of that, and there's a lot of truth to that, you know? Why Meek Mill not talking? Like, how we allow, it has nothing to do with him being gay too, but how we allow this man to never come out the closet, never tell us he's actually gay, get caught up in all this gay rumor stuff, then try to sue Diddy for being, for those the tapes leaking and stuff like that, right? And then go to a party and chill with everybody like it's nothing, like don't address it at all. And I get it because that's the world we live in, where nobody is required to, like, you're not required to talk, right? But it's a shame that we allow these things to happen. So, you know, Meek is the victim. Justin Bieber is the victim. So I get it. Let's not make them talk because possibly it might trigger something for them. But what about the guys that are the ones that are the bad ones, the ones that were facilitating the parties, bringing the girls, inviting the girls? Who made sure these people left that next day? You know what I mean? Who made sure they signed paperwork? All that should be spoken on, and those people should be prosecuted or ridiculed, if anything, just because we try so hard. Oh, look. We try so hard to do right. Everybody's outside trying to do right. Well, most of us are trying. 90% of the world is trying to do right. And then you have these 10%ers that are cheating the system. And the reason why we don't really talk about it is because there's this no snitch policy, you know, like basically don't tell on nobody, mind your business policy, which is so true, right? Right. Mind your business, right? But the Diddy situation is not our business, right? So that means everybody, all news channels, everybody should stop talking about it and let him get his verdict. Don't have an opinion. Obviously, that's not true. We got to talk about it because it's relevant. It's something that is going on, and we don't want, this is what they said, we don't want the next generation to mimic this, and want them to understand the severity of the problems of what's happening. And actually, Ray J said that. But at the end of the day, they obviously all protected him because they don't want him to go to jail. They feel like it wasn't as bad as everybody's making it seem. But in reality, it is. You have a guy that has so much money that creates a sexual dark fantasy, that's also illegal. That's serious. So the fact that everybody doesn't consider it serious is shame on them. It's shame on these parents. Shame on these parents. And like I said, we shouldn't allow the bad people to just walk around and do what they do. There's another thing, like I said this before in Hood Politics, previous episode, but a guy would shoot somebody in the hood. People would know what guy shot him, and won't tell the cops and won't confront this man. You know what I mean? Like, not even beat him up. You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because if you shot a guy, you killed my brother, bro, I'm gonna hurt you. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna front. I'm gonna hurt you so close to the point where you possibly might. Then I'm gonna watch you scream, whatever it is, what it is, and we're gonna wait for those officers to come, and then we're gonna have this conversation. And we're gonna talk. We're gonna say, hey, I would love for him to press charges on me. As soon as he does, I'm gonna tell you he's a murderer and who he murdered, and right, and that would be considered snitching. But it's okay because it's my brother, like I just told y'all. So there's always a technicality with it. You're like, oh well, that was his brother, and then he beat up the guy, so he's technically good. But in reality, it's all the same. You should be able to snitch on somebody that's doing wrong. Like, you don't leave a bad person in your neighborhood to do more bad. But again, they allow this to happen. So this is what they're doing with Diddy. They want him to stay around. They want him to be black excellence because they feel like now they want to make this agenda that they're going after the black guys, which is true. They are going after the black guys at the moment, but there was a time when they were going strictly after white guys. So, and there's a lot of more criminals they need to start going after. But again, these people have so much money that it's so easy to get the case on them. You know what I mean? Like Diddy's, he's funneling millions of dollars monthly. So in reality, think about it, in 12 months, is at least $12 million he has to funnel. And once you do a paper trail, you start to realize, hey, this is either a bad organization or a good organization. He's not donating school books in Harlem. He's not doing basketball tournaments. He's not building apartments for people. He's funneling money through his enterprise to get what? To get guns, to get baby oil, to get drugs, and to get girls. If you tell me that's the best way to make $1 million and to use it, and you tell me to mind my business, again, the problem is you. So that's what I wanted to address. We got to stop protecting the bad people. Maybe we call it that. We got to stop protecting the bad people and really let them have it. And like I said, the overall goal for this one was to really say that I wanted these stars, these people, to actually speak up and speak on what you know. And I guess you wouldn't incriminate yourself if you did something illegal, but we should already know. And as people watching these fakes, because now I'm realizing it's all a game, it's all fakes. Even like I'm a huge Drake fan, but when they told me that he's a great actor, it makes so much sense. Like he's acting as one of the best rappers of all time. And you got to think about every artist and every person that's doing that. Steph Curry is acting like the best shooter. Now, don't get me wrong, he is the best shooter, but in his mind, he is acting a role. And if he ever starts to doubt himself, he more than likely will decline. Same thing with rap, sports, I feel like books, technology, things like that. Once you start to doubt yourself, you start to go down. So, yeah, I it's a wrap. Just stay focused, y'all. Let's I say expose, But it's not easy being one person exposing everything. So again, just be true to yourself. If you're a creep, you're a slime ball, I guess that's what you are. But if you're a true, real person out there watching and listening, and you understand, like, hey, I'm not saying become a hero, but you definitely don't become a coward. So we don't got no advertisement. I'm just gonna finish this one though. But take care, y'all.